here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So welcome to my channel. So what we're doing today is we're doing some kind of stained glass window belly bands. So what I've got is I've got a couple of Tonic Studio heart. You can cut the frame out, but it actually cuts the heart out into the paper, and I've hardly ever used them. But then I was looking and I thought, well, that's quite nice, because if I put the torch on my phone, and then you can see the light. So at the back I've put vellum. This one isn't, this one's tissue paper, but you can see I just used some tissue paper that I did some gel plate printing, and that's what these are, is gel plate printing. And this is a double belly band, so you can't really see, but you can see if I put my camera light behind. Let me turn that off, otherwise I'll run my battery out. And these are just skeleton leaves. If you don't have any of these, don't worry, you can use anything. You can use circles, you can use hexagons, squares, anything. It's just that I had these and I was looking for something to do with them. So what I did was, I've got some book pages that I've done some gel print on it. Doesn't have to be gel printed. It can be anything. You can paint it, you can print it, or you can just leave it as book page. And I quite like that one. That's like got blues, purples, greens and things like that. So I'm going to go for a 2-inch one. So I'm just, so there's, whoops, 2 inches. So I'm going to go to 3 inches. I'm going to rip it down at 3, so that I've got ½ an inch. I like to turn a little bit in, and the same don't want to go with that one. It's got some spaces on it, it's fine. I'm not even measuring that one, I'm just going to rip it. And we'll do this one just in case I have time to do 3. I'm not sure how long I've got. That one there. Let's see if I can get, I probably haven't got it in a straight line, but I don't always get everything in a straight line, so we'll put these to one side. I'm standing on bits of paper, and we'll put these to one side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my scoreboard out, because I just want these at 2 inches. And we'll do this one first. Right, I've got stamps and bits and pieces. My hands are quite inky, so I do apologise. I'm going to do this side first. So I'm just going to do, if I do ½ an inch, that's one. That's two, yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to do ½ an inch there, and then 1.5, 2.5, and that gives me a 2 inch. Okay. And that isn't perfect, but it doesn't matter. So 2.5, we're a bit over, that's fine. This should just hit, yep, that hits the ½ inch. So 2.5 on that one, and that's that over and done with. We'll just shove that out of the way. So we'll work on this one first. This has already got the crease on it there, and what I'm doing is I'm just turning that one in there, and you can see that's just a nice, you can have your belly bands as wide as you want. Let me get this in. So there, if you wanted, you could have your belly band that wide. There's no rules to say, it's just that if I'm going to put it on digital paper, I like it narrow so you can see a little bit of the digital paper. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to glue these down. I'm just using glue stick. And this is a bit gloopy, I've had it a while, so and it's kind of a mass make. So there's one. Fold this over. This paper's a little bit, because I've done some gel plate printing and stuff like that, it's dried out a little bit and it's given it a little bit fragile. So be careful when you use book pages. You can use your digitals, you can use scrapbook papers, you can use just anything you want, tea dye, coffee dyed paper, it's up to you. So whatever theme you're using, whatever colour, you know, what you like using. You can use magazine papers. I quite like using magazine papers as well. Now what did I do with the other one? Oh, I took it away with my journal. This one's a bit skew-whiffy. It doesn't matter. It's 2 inches. And yeah, I do use metal dies on this. If you haven't got any metal dies, don't worry about it. You can do circles or whatever shapes, just draw around them. And there we are. So we've got 3 nice belly bands there. So what I'll do is I'll put some I don't know whether the butterflies will fit on. No, they won't. So the butterflies are a little bit too big. So I'm going to put the leaves on. And I've got 3 out. And I'm just putting them on like that. Now I do have some tape somewhere. Because normally I would use my big die cutter. I'm actually going to use it because I think it would be better. So I'm not bringing it in, I'm just bringing the plates in. Let me see, it's well used. So we'll put that one there. And some of these bits will be cut off because that's longer than the book page, and that's fine. Now to me that looks spread evenly. And if you give me 2 minutes and I'll get that done. Okay, so we'll take this off. And there we have our little leaves. That looks quite pretty. I'm going to leave that one just to do some shapes. In this one I'm going to put the, can I get the hearts in? Yes. Now these 2 are Tonic Studio hearts. That one, I'm not quite sure what it was. It was in the middle of a of another heart, and I just thought it looked nice, so I used it. I'm just trying to get them in the middle. One of the reasons I fold them over is because it gives it a little bit of strength on the side. You can use edge punches. That's always nice. I've done that in the past. Okay, 2 seconds. And bring this back on. And we'll just lift that up. It's not taking it all off. That one, well, not taking it all. So all I do then is I just get a little pin. Take that out. And I just poke them. Being careful not to poke my fingers as well. Won't be the first time. And we've got 2, 3 here. Oh, 4, 5. Sometimes you miss them. And I'll clean those out later on when I've finished. And then what we're looking for is we're looking for some vellum or some bright. I've got some that's quite nice. I'm gonna have a look at it. Oh, that's even prettier on there. Would need to be that way. It might even be nicer on there, mightn't it? I think we'll save that for that. I'm going to have a look at this. Again, this is just gel plate. So I'm going to get some vellum, I think, some printed vellum. So just bear with me 2 seconds. Hi, that's me back. Right, okay, so it wasn't just a few minutes for me. I know it is for you. So what I've got is I've got some vellum that's got stained glass pictures on, and I thought these would be nice to use. And you can put them anywhere. That one wrapped up when I was printing it out. So I quite like the flower one. Take that one from underneath. Quite like the big flower. I'm going to have a look at this. I'll have a look at the blue, because I quite like this turquoise blue as well. And that does look like, well, it is a stained glass. It looks like, so I think what we'll do is we'll take that one. So I'm just putting a pencil mark there. So what I want to do is I want to cut it just slightly smaller than that so it sticks on the back. And this one, I do want that white bit on. I think we'll have that bit with the orange. Yep. Okay, so I'm just going to go away and cut these down a little bit. And so that's one. And okay, so we just trim that down. And it's this one. Now this is just tracing paper that I've printed on. And I was just checking where I want to put my and again I'm using glue stick. I've just slightly dabbing it on the veins of the leaves. If you dab it on too hard, you'll get like a sticky mess underneath the leaves. And then what I want to do is I want to position that in there like that. And I did have a nice little there it is. It's a card that you use on the when you're replacing the glass protectors on your phone. So it's got like a felt, and it's ideal for this. So there we are. So there we have that. And again, I'm just lightly dabbing over the pattern. And the edges. And just putting that on. You don't need to position this one as much as I did the other one. Okay, and there we are, we have that one. So I'm just going to put these somewhere that they'll stay flat. And then for this one, what I decided to do was do some daisies. So what I'm doing is I'm using a punch. I've got a daisy punch and I'm putting one there. Now it is off. Whoops. And I'll use these daisies again. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting the daisy, putting the punch right up to the edge and just putting the edge of that daisy on the punch. And then if I do that again, push it right up, put the edge of the daisy on there, and then we get a symmetrical pattern, although it doesn't really matter. Right up to the edge. Whoops. And then we've got 4. Put the little daisies over, and then what I might do is I've got some little tiny punches. That's circle, that's square. Alright, I want to see how far these come in. Alright, that's fine. And these are just little dragonflies. I'm not measuring them in any way, I'm just randomly. They might not show up, they might, I don't know. I'll put that one down there. So we've got some little dragonfly, and then decide which. I've got this one. It's going to go on a white page, so I'm just wanting to put it up against, just to see what it looks like. See, it shows when you've got it, when you've got the white behind it, or whitish, you've got a better idea of what you're showing. We've also got the middle of this, which is quite nice. Yep. So all I do is I just do a pencil mark there and a pencil mark there, and then just trim it in. And make sure that that covers all. Yep. So then just I'm just going down the daisy that way. And then we'll put that on there, like that. And there we have it. Now what we'll do is I want to look at that on a piece of white card. Yeah, looks quite nice. And put that under there to keep it there, so you can see that one. That's quite nice. That's nice and bright. And so is that one. So it's kind of stained glass cutouts. And that one's obviously done with a punch. I mean, if you wanted, you could draw around and do circles. And then you could use your punch. I've got one of these Fiskars punches, you know, and you can sort of like do some odd circles, whatever you want, and then put your paper behind it. Doesn't have to be stained glass window, although what I will do is there will be a freebie sheet with some stained glass pictures on, so that you can use it specifically for this project. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look at which one we're going to put in our album now. Quite like that. And you can see I've been stitching sort of like that. I think we're upside down here. No, we're not. We're the right way. I've started stitching these pages. Don't really want anything on there. We've got our side tucks here. These come with the part of the ephemera. There's two, so I put them both on either page because I like to tuck envelopes in there. But I quite like this. I'll have a look with that. See, I quite like that. So I think that's what we'll use. I'm just trimming that off. I just noticed that there was a little bit. And this will get stitched in with the page because I've not stitched this page, and that's fine. Oops, it's a bit much. So I'm just putting that one in the middle there. And that one there. And then we've got a bit of a space there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these daisies, put one up there, I think we'll put that one up there, that's paler. We'll put the darker one down here. In fact, we'll have a couple. I think we might have some white ones. Let me find some. Right, they're envelopes there. This is an old envelope, so I think what we will use is we'll use this. Okay. And I'm just going to ink just ever so slightly. Now, because it's an envelope, they are doubled, so I'm just doing it all in a one-er. Oops. So we've got one there, one there. And this is just another way of using up your scrap bits of paper. And we've got one here. So that's 2, 4, 5. I think I'll leave it with an odd number. And just a tiny little dab, not a great big, don't flood it. like I've just done there. One there, and we'll put one angling down. And then I should have some, this is a zig pen, so it's the metallic colours. What colour is it? Copper. So I'm just not putting a lot on because I'm going to put some yellow, pastel yellow, and it's mixing in with them. And these are aquarelle pens, so they work with water. And there we are. We have our daisies on that. And I think we should put a little same. Creativity takes courage. And I think we'll put that there. Just thinking round this, just we'll just put that there, just going over the little dragonfly. And then we'll just trim this off. And as I say, I wasn't worried about sticking it in, because when I stitch the page, see the way I put these pages in, they're like that. And it's so that if I want, I can put a pocket in. But what I normally do is, when I'm not putting a pocket in, I just stitch around them, and they just, before I put a cover on, I just stitch around it. And that's how I build up these. So there we are. So now we've got that, and we can put some little bits and pieces in. So we've got a journaling card, we've got not fitting that way, yep, we've got a nice little envelope, and just looking for some other bits and pieces just to put in, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. And there we are, we have a little pocket So we'll put that behind the envelope because I quite like the envelope showing. And we'll put that behind there as well. And there you are. So if you have a double belly band like that, you'd pop things behind there and you'd pop things behind there. So you could even have like a wider belly band with a smaller one. You could have a triple belly band just to keep all your bits and pieces in, and that would be like that. So I hope you get something from this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.